It'll start
1 second. 1 second. That's more than 1 second, bro.
We are live now. It'll probably take 2 seconds for it to actually show up.
Okay, so the first show we're going to be talking about is Super Knee Guess.
Shut up. Alright, you can start talking. We're up now.
Oh, are we up now?
Yep.
Are we really? Are we up?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Let me refresh.
100% positive that we're up right now.
We are up right now.
One hundo.
One what?
Alright, you could start, man.
All right, everyone. Welcome back
Awkward.
to your regular crew. Crew.
Oh, God.
There we go.
This is the
Sorry, guys, we're done. We have to start up a new
This
stream.
is the 10th podcast, and we are going to be talking about spring anime since we are halfway through the season. I'd say for most things, 6-7 episodes we've got through.
Dude, that's insane.
We're halfway there.
It's blown by pretty fast.
Yeah, dude.
Like, it's crazy compared to like the winter that felt.
I want it to because, you know, summer's going to be so good.
Yeah. Well, pretty much we're just going to be talking about a select bunch of shows. Not every show because we haven't watched every single thing and we're not caught up to every single thing. But we're going to cover the big ones, I'd say, that most of us are caught up with. So we're going to start off with Mayoiga, or however you want to.
Mayoiga.
The Lost
Mayoiga.
Village.
There's a bunch of
Lost Village.
pronunciations.
Mayoiga.
We'll just say the Lost Village.
Or
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
We'll stick with mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise Village.
You make sandwiches there.
The whole plot of it, like right at the end, it just rains mayonnaise and that's it.
I'm scared of mayonnaise. All right, so who wants to start off here?
Abbott does.
You know what? I'll start off. You what? I'll do it.
Go ahead, buddy.
Okay.
Go ahead, buddy.
Okay, so Mayoiga, I actually was really stoked for when it first was announced, and I think we were all talking about how great it was supposed to be. Like, I mean, you saw it's made by the guy who made another. You know, it looked amazing. It seemed amazing. The first episode with its 5-minute intro of characters was questionable, but everything from then was like, oh man, this is really cool. This is gonna be interesting. Then, you know, all the stuff as like it was like a roller coaster ride, but if it was just going downhill, and then you're like, wait, I'm not feeling it anymore. It became so stupid, so quickly. Like I know people give me shit for saying, oh, you know, you don't understand. It's not horror. It's trying to be horror though. It's clearly trying to be horror.
It's like a little kid's horror.
This is exactly. This is something you go to like Disney World, like have its favorite place in the world, and you experience the horror there.
Except the silicone tip. That can't be shown at Disney World.
No, because that would scare the shit out of
you
people.
You never know.
Sky World. But that show, I have such disdain for it now that I'm only hoping it just gets slightly better so I don't have to give it like a D. Because right now it's right there for me. It's so bad.
I think the only thing that can really save Mayoiga now is if a bunch of people die.
And that's a shame.
Yeah, that's a shame. That is a shame, but
I agree.
True. It is true. Because at this point, it's like comedy of the season, honestly. Because, especially with the newest episode, like, my goodness. Like, half of the damn group, out of the 30 people, they're all, like, they're dumb. Like, they're legit dumb. Because they freaking sliced... what's her name? I forget her name.
Misaki?
Yeah, Misaki. They thought she was a ghost. They freaking sliced her. They saw the blood. They saw her, like, writhe in pain. And they're just like, oh, she's a ghost still. Even though there was you see the blood come out of her, I don't think ghosts bleed.
Are you sure?
I hope so, man.
I thought it was stupid how they introduced the whole silicone booby.
That whole episode.
I think everyone thinks that's stupid.
I'm just like, what the fuck? What kind? How is it trying to be horror if like this kid is like afraid of? I don't know how that's
five flashbacks into one episode. That just doesn't work.
I'm not saying it's horror. I'm just saying it's clearly trying to be with the whole tension that everyone's feeling and the psycho, stuff that's going, the psychological. It's trying to be some form of horror. It just doesn't know how to handle horror. That's what's weird. And I'm like,
yeah, I do feel for like the people there and like what they've been through in their past and stuff, but like how I don't know how it goes about it is like, I don't know, it could be done a lot better, I think. Definitely.
Yeah, the execution for the series
and like we all know the problem with all the characters and stuff. Like even with that flashback episode, we focused on five of the people, and like what about the other ones? Like we have no clue, because like I think that this village, like these people are here to like kind of get over like what happened to their past or kind of like deal with it, sort of something along those lines, like to get them to. You guys get what I'm saying?
No, I understand. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Sort of like face their fears, sort of, kind of. That's what this village is for.
Yeah,
I still think most likely what is going on in the village, besides even facing the fears, is it really does exist. But I think there's some kind of like curse there or something like that that's causing them to go through it.
Yeah,
but because I mean, there's like two irregularities there. With you have that one girl that claims to be knowing of how to get there. Once she's there, her map is useless because all of a sudden the map doesn't work anymore.
Yeah,
she seems to know.
Weird.
Right, she seems to know too much about the village. That's what's weird about that. Koharin, yeah.
Yeah.
She knows too much about that village, it seems like. And this is my theory. I'm not sure if I'm right about this. Probably not. But I think she's the daughter of the bus driver. I want to say that.
What
Really?
if she was just like a hallucination or something?
Wait, Koharin? You think Koharin is the bus driver's daughter?
Yeah, because she died, right? According to that, Mizaki went missing several years ago. They say, or whatever. I forgot the exact amount of time they said. So one thing we could clearly see with this village is also what's kind of weird about it is that it's abandoned, right? It's completely desolate. But when they get there, everything's perfectly okay. Maybe time doesn't work there naturally, so people are coming into this village and ages are passing or days are passing. Who knows? Maybe she actually is now grown up, and it's like, oh, what's up? She just doesn't know who she is. That's my thoughts. But
what's up, man? How's it going?
Hey, not too bad. Not too bad, man. I'm enjoying this. No, but that's my thoughts. I don't know if I'm right or wrong with that, but
it's just weird.
Yeah.
Well, the whole show is weird.
That's the main. That's the only word you could say about it. It's just freaking weird.
I want to like it, man. I want to. That's the thing.
I came in more like expecting like I wasn't expecting this. That's how I should.
You're expecting nothing.
Because I remember like we were really hyped for this, like in like the potential like we saw in it. It's not like I don't know. It's not like god awful, but I mean it's.
It's not the worst thing I've seen this season.
I wouldn't consider it. I wouldn't even consider it average though.
I want to be honest with you, it's like a D to me right now.
It's like between average and like awful. That's me.
Dude, there shouldn't be an episode where they're like, oh my god, we're running for our lives from the fears we have that should make you laugh. That right there is a bad thing. You should not be laughing at the stuff happening on screen that's terrifying people.
Yeah, because we watched it together and we were dying.
Right, that is a big issue because that doesn't make sense. Even if say you're focusing on psychological aspects of this, it should then be where it's creeping you out. Like, oh man, these things are horrifying, or I can't believe this is happening. Dude, you have a train with faces on it. Like, all I could think of was we were thinking the same thing. Thomas the Tank Engine. Like, that isn't scary. It's just annoying.
No, because it presented like these like sort of deep, messed up backstories, and then it just flips to this like comedic like demon faces and trains and just
like the
silicone. A silicone boob. Just chasing people around. Like, yeah.
Nah, it's bad. I'm sorry. Like, so far, I agree with you 100%. If everyone started dying off, I think maybe it's better.
That's what would kind of save it. Not like completely save it, like
slightly.
It would make it better, I'd say, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And I hate saying that. Like, people have to die, but
well, I mean, it would make it more entertaining, or
yeah.
When people die, it's entertaining. Ha 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 ha. See, that's not like a psychopath saying.
But in these kind of shows,
well, I'm sorry.
No, but it's true. No, I don't. I think we all agree on that. That's the sad part. This is the only thing saving it.
I got like 3 episodes in, I'd probably say. I was pretty excited for it coming into this season, which is the reason why it kind of sucks for me, because I feel like their whole approach on it was just really weird. Introducing 30 characters in one episode, pretty much. I mean, obviously they didn't really introduce a lot of them, but it's pretty stupid when you have a character and they tell you their whole life story. Then the next guy comes up and he's like, "Hey, I'm Bob," and then just like sits back down.
Oh yeah, speaking of Jack, we haven't saw him in like 2 episodes.
Dude, he's lost in the forest somewhere. He's
lost in the Lost Village.
Whatever happened to Mitsumune? Like at the latest episode, he goes in that tunnel, gets attacked by that giant penguin thing, and then comes out and is like completely all right. Like
it's blocking believing. I think that's the whole point.
I don't know. That made no sense.
Spoiling the latest episode.
That's
nobody's gonna watch
like,
it.
It's weird because like I said, I think
it yet.
I think this episode, or not this episode, this village is for like to have them get over their fears. But like they're seeing these things in this village, so it's not really like the goals not being like really met there, and like it's gonna cause them all to go mad and probably kill each other.
Yeah, I mean, everyone died.
Especially with how the most recent episode ended with like Masaki and then like Mitsumune jumping in front and all that, and I think
Masaki ran through the penguin.
If there's no death in the next episode, I'm gonna be pissed. Really?
Dude, it's going to become the Hunger Games, I'm telling you.
Dude,
Mayoiga the Hunger Games.
Yeah, 20
Battle Royale.
Mayoiga.
Oh, thank you. Me and Professor said that at the same time.
We go into different villages.
Oh my god.
All right.
All right, we're moving on to ReZero now, which I think
Amazing.
Wait.
Yeah.
If you had to give your rating 1 out of 10 so far for this half of Mayoiga, what would it be?
6 out of 10.
Yeah, 6. Yeah, I'd say 6.
I think that's a fair rating, like a 5 or a 6.
Yeah, same.
But I dropped it.
I give it a 50 out of 10.
All right, we're moving on to ReZero now, which the newest episode just aired. I'm pretty sure
no one spoil it.
Me and Blade have watched, I think. I don't know.
Nope, I've watched, yeah.
Yeah, me and Blade watched it. It was really good. We're not going to say anything or spoil anything.
No, we won't spoil because it's too early.
But
we won't spoil that episode.
Episode 7 is definitely my favorite episode of the series so far. And
100% agree.
Yeah, 100% and probably my favorite episode of the season as a whole.
Yep, I agree with that too. I said I did a review for it not that long ago, but I said that it is one of the few shows that's ever done this to me where I felt like crying and I was like pumped up at the same time.
Yeah,
honestly,
dude, I had this weird feeling as well. Dude,
you know how rare it is for anime to do that to me? Like, I mean, I've seen a lot of anime try that or get close to it, but that just seeing the stuff on screen was like, wow, oh my god, wow.
That's what we're not spoiling ReZero.
Yeah.
No, we won't spoil it for you guys.
Rising Sun, we won't talk about the newest episode. So
yeah, don't worry.
All I'm saying is that I was really good.
Just went out today. There's no reason to spoil
it. It's one of the only shows.
And then that happened. I'm just kidding.
After a couple of like the shows, this is one of the only shows that have kept me watching pretty much every week. Usually I just like fall behind and everything. Like I remember, I think it was Boku no Hero episode 3, I think it was, and I like asked someone if it was really good, and they were like, "Yeah, watch it ASAP." Still haven't watched it.
I took a break from it first, and then I caught up a little bit with it. Like,
it's not that it's bad, because it's obviously really good, and Habit said that I'm going to enjoy it a lot, so I'm going to catch up eventually. But I've not been watching anything really. I mean, I'm going to watch the new One Piece probably later or tomorrow, but I've not been watching much at all these past couple of weeks at least.
It's crazy because ReZero is going to be 25 episodes, and last week I was told like from episode 6 on it'll be like really crazy, really dark.
Has it already? Damn.
Yeah. But like from this point on, I heard like last week for episode 6, I was like, people were telling me from this point on, like it gets like really twisted, really dark, really insane, really awesome. I mean, last week's episode was good, but it wasn't like anything this week. So I'm saying from like this point on and like going forward, especially with how like the newest episode ended in Subaru's like mindset and all that. Now, I think, dude, 18 more episodes of this we're going to get, which is just awesome.
I'm being honest with you, like typically I don't say this right away, but I can't wait till like this comes out on Blu-ray because I'm gonna buy it right away. Day one, I'm gonna buy it.
I love what White Fox is doing with it.
Yeah,
I love it.
So
means you're gonna have to watch Steins Gate after this.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
I really do. I really do.
Steins Gate is great.
All jokes aside, I don't think ReZero is bad, but I kind of got bored of it after the really long first, like, 2-part first episode. I feel like it just got very, 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 very slow, in my opinion.
Well, that was needed.
The first episode, if you didn't have that... Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, well, we're pretty much saying the same thing.
I can't remember what episode I stopped on, like, 4.
Because the first episode was, like, 50 minutes long, and just imagine if they wouldn't have put those 2 episodes together, because they're pretty much essentially 2 episodes. If they didn't put that together, how many people would have been turned off by the first episode if it was just the first part of the 25 minutes? Because let's be honest, the first part of that first episode was kind of boring, but then the second part, we were all like, "Whoa, shit!"
I didn't think it was boring. I thought it was intriguing more than
it was intriguing, but it wasn't like the second half of the.
I didn't expect, like, the thing is again, because I knew it was from the people, the same producers of Steins Gate type thing. Because of that, I expected it to be slow because of the fact that Steins Gate, if everyone is here seen it, is probably one of the slowest burns of an anime in the beginning. Like, it takes a good 5 or 6 episodes to get moving to anything, and then it becomes amazing. But the thing is that this only took really essentially 1 episode, and it needed that 50-minute long episode because they wanted to get. I think that's what they learned from the last one, is not to focus so many episodes on it, because after the first episode, it was really kind of just more so nonstop stuff happening. Last episode was a little bit more downtime, a little bit, but it wasn't enough to say, "Oh, okay, this is boring." It was just enough that you saw what was happening, you needed to see what was happening, and then the ending of the episode, which was crazy, but.
I just love how they it may be a little I haven't watched a lot of time travel stuff or coming back from death and going back or all that time leaping and all that. Yeah, Erased is the only one I think I've watched, but I like how they deal with it and Subaru's character and how he'll be okay sort of with dying just to wake up again and then solve the problem and try to change things.
Right.
I like how they do that and how it's handled. They did that in Erased, and they've done that in other shows. I haven't watched, I've only watched Erased, like I said, dealing with this concept, but I kind of like what they're doing with it. Animal Lover brought up something. Reinhard and Felt, they went away a couple episodes ago. I'm really interested to see what happens with them, because we're kind of in another arc right now. Once we come back to Reinhard and Felt, I think that's going to be awesome as well. Or if they get thrown into what's happening with Subaru and Betty and all that stuff now. So
I like the way they're handling it, by the way. Not to I just think that it's better than having every single character be in every single episode. It's okay, so it's almost like an arc series if you think about it. Where you have right now it's the maid arc of trying to figure out what's going on over there. The beginning was trying to figure out the beginning arc part of it. I think that when they come in, that'll be the next arc, and I like that they're not all thrown in right now.
I want to know why Reinhard took away Felt though.
Probably just wanted to see what she knows or something, because maybe she does know something, or maybe she's
a part of something, because she was staying in those slums or whatever.
Oh, what if she's related to someone that could be a possibility, because he looked at something that she was. Was it their hand?
She had the insignia. She handed it over, and then he had this expression on his face, what? He was surprised or something, and then he took her away. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, because that insignia belongs to Amelia, so I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
So,
ReZero is amazing.
Yeah, ReZero through 7 episodes.
We should have Professor Anime talk about what he hates about this show so much.
Oh God!
I knew you were gonna bring it up. I knew.
Yeah, we want to hear Professor.
Dude, listen. No, look, listen. Hold on. I'll be honest with you, man. It's not like I'm trying to put you on the spot, literally. I'm just trying to tell you, no. Okay, it ends up becoming that way.
No, it's good to get both sides.
But you need to, if someone dislikes something.
Play devil's advocate here. Okay, I'll say the same exact thing that Habit said. I just find it boring. I don't know. It had an interesting premise in the beginning parts of the series, like episode 1, where we got that really long episode to explain the world. I found the characters, like, I didn't really care for them that much, but I thought the world building was pretty okay. That's why I kept on staying up with the series, and Memory was like, you know what, why don't you just watch 6 episodes, dude, because this is going to be like a 24 episode series or whatever. So I go ahead and watch at least 6 episodes, and I still can't really care for the characters. And if I can't care for the characters, I can't really get into the anime itself. So I'm not saying that the anime is bad by any means. It's just like I can't really get into it as
that's
like, other
understood.
people are.
Right.
But,
Yeah, I get you.
So
I understand that.
my issue behind it is I don't really like the main character. Like,
Really?
so the way I see it, like, the first couple times he actually died, he had no idea what was going on. Like, he was just like, to me it felt like he was like, oh, this is deja vu. Oh, well. And then,
Well, dude,
and then he just,
let me ask you.
I'm in despair.
I know people like that.
My whole life is despair.
Shut up, man.
If you just got stabbed and then you randomly just woke up and you were back at the exact same spot and things were happening that just happened not too long ago before you got stabbed, would you just be like,
Dude,
oh,
haven't you look?
deja
Okay,
vu.
That's
Oh,
like-
well.
hold on a
He's
second.
like,
I have the
yo,
perfect
I'm back
example for
again.
this. No, I have the perfect example for this. There was a video. It was on the news recently where this girl fell from like I think 4 stories up in the air, and she landed on the ground. And her first reaction was not, "Oh my God, I fell." She got up and walked away. Dude,
There's
because she
something
survived.
mentally wrong with her.
No, but
Okay.
listen, you say
But-
that, but that's the thing. Certain people react differently when stuff happens to them. They don't always react right away, just panic. Like, to me, I've been in some stressful situations before in my own life, and I've never panicked. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
if it
rationalize.
happened
What's
multiple
happening?
times,
Well, you
Yeah.
saw he started panicking once it started happening, like the 5 times. He's like, oh my God, this is horrifying. But the first few times, he was trying to keep calm, and you saw that he was failing at times, but he was still keeping calm for the most part.
like,
He was trying to.
if I was in that situation and someone just said the same thing and stuff kept happening that just happened, I'd be like, are you fucking with me right now? Like, what the hell is going on?
Nah, I
Like-
know people that would react to that way. That's why it's not surprising to me.
I just feel like, I don't know, you have to have some realization on what's going on unless you're just completely, utterly clueless on what's going on around you.
Let me ask you a question. What would you rather do? Be panicking or just handling it in a way of just being
I mean,
calm and trying to...
It's not even the fact that he panicked or did anything. It's like he kind of didn't even notice.
All right, so I'm going to give you a scenario. If you were the one making the show right now, right, and that you're redoing the whole episode, how would you want him to kind of react to it? I'm just curious. Like, how would you want him to do it?
I don't know. You should feel a little bit weirded out. I mean,
Like, how?
I mean, I don't have a specific example, but I mean, it's like he didn't even know anything was happening.
I'll leave it at that.
Do you guys think they're gonna touch on like his life, like outside of this world he's in?
What?
Not
Oh, you mean
something
like his
probably-
regular
Because
life?
how he just walked out of the gas station and then just got into this world. Do you think they're gonna like explain that and what
And then
exactly?
he's like, ooh, I'm in an RPG.
Maybe at the end.
Well, you know, he says it one time. He say during one of the episodes that he lived a really boring life. Like, that was one
Yeah.
of... Like, even, I think it was when he was, I think it was actually the first episode.
Yeah,
that
he said he
goes to the
did.
fight
Well, you know,
because...
I lived in
he swung
I
around
live
a
a
sword.
boring life, and I don't get thrown into a fantasy world
Dude.
in which there's a main heroine
It's
that
anime.
fucking
Listen,
flaunts over me.
you're putting realism too much behind it. That's the thing. You can't do that. Then you start. Then every anime, realistically, you can cut down with a cleaver and be like, "Oh my God, we can't have Goku anymore. He's too super powered. We can't have giant mechas. There's no such thing as them. You know, it's like, come on."
Dude,
So
I
I
was
think-
laughing so hard. I think Subaru was a pretty entertaining character. I mean,
I love his main MC.
like
I
it.
really do.
especially like, I mean, you get to see like both sides of him in the newest episode. Like, especially towards the end. This isn't a spoiler. Like how he pulls Betty's hair and he's like, boing. And her hair just like goes all the way out, and she's like, "What the fuck fuck are you doing?
Or he's like, Emilia Tana is the only girl for me. I love when he says that. Like, he's being honest with that.
No, I like Subaru. I don't have a problem with him.
All right, but
But what would you guys say? Halfway through 1 through 10. What would you say?
I don't think my score would be fair because
I'd say 9 out of 10.
I'm being honest with you. I'm saying 10 out of 10 so far. To be honest with
I'm saying 9. 9's.
I'd say 8 or 9.
Okay.
I'd say a 5 or 6. Same with Mayoiga.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we'll go with that because I don't know. I just
all right. Well, that's all fair.
Moving on.
Freaking weirdos.
That's being nice too, Memory. That's
fudging donuts.
I
All right.
thought it was boring.
Moving on, we're going to another pretty rad show, Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress.
Or Attack on Titan Zombies.
I hate it. I dropped. No, I'm just kidding.
Attack on Trains.
Attack on Trains. AOT still.
I think it's incredible.
I'm a few episodes behind, but I think it's awesome. I won't lie.
Really? How can you be behind on that? Like this is the only one. Actually, no.
Dude, I'm watching like 50 different shows right now, man.
I watch like straight when they come out if I can.
Yeah.
I am watching 50 different shows right now. Like you should see my anime list right now. It's showing that I'm watching like 56 shows, I think.
Yeah, the newest episode was pretty crazy. I mean,
yeah, dude, and how it ended. The freaking What do you guys think that is? By the way, at the end of the newest episode. Do you guys think? Yeah, I guess we could. Well, I mean, it's been a couple days. If you haven't watched Kabaneri, then
you go for it.
Yeah.
So the black smoke, what do you think it is? Do you think it's like a mixture, a combination of a bunch of Kabaneri, or do you think it's a different type of just a big ass giant one?
I mean,
I feel like there will be more.
It could be a little bit of both. I've actually heard around that there could be like some sort of like grave mine that is like controlling all the Kabane or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it's probably a different thing. It's not like a bunch of them combined together. I don't really know if it's something separate entirely or maybe it's just like a big one of them. I don't know. Because it wouldn't really make sense if it was like a big one of them because they take control of humans, so maybe it's like I don't really know what it could be. But I'd say it's definitely something different from the actual just regular cabane or whatever.
Or maybe
it's just a different
train.
Dude, I think people on the train are gonna get fucked up in the next episode.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a couple people that go to die.
Yeah, because Mume and Ikoma are away from the train. The train's been stopped, and the black
fuck
smoke
boy
thing.
let go of the shit and was like, "Fuck everyone in the train."
Well,
half those people on that train are like retarded. I hate to say it. They scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, sorry. I probably looked away from my mic, so that's probably why it went low.
Didn't Ikoma like make like the weapons out of like the material that he used in order to take out the Kabane? Like he made a sword one, and they're probably gonna use that in the next episode with the Blue Swordsman or whatever.
Yeah, but I think without Mume and without Ikoma there right now, I still think they'll be outmatched, especially by this big ass black smoke thing, because I think it's going to be pretty strong.
Oh, can I just say about Mume real fast that I really thought, like, I feel so bad for thinking she was going to be the most annoying character when I first saw the previews for it, and she turns out to be one of the coolest freaking characters there.
I mean, I can understand why she was acting the way she was in the newest episode. Like, she was really, really selfish. Like, she took it upon her own to, like, she pretty much had her own plan, and she went against what everyone else was doing. Like, I can understand because, like, her brother...
pressured.
Yeah, her brother was, like, brought up, and I guess she was, like, a tool for war, and that, like, she knows her brother would just, like, discard her, like, whenever, if she, like, didn't want to fight or whatever. So, like... Her and then the one guy, I forget what his name was, who was introduced, he like knew the brother, knew Mume or whatever, like outside of the train, and the words he said to her that really got to her because she was like shaking and shit, and she kept like while she was fighting the Kabane, she was like remembering those words and like she had them in her head and everything. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here's a question: have they actually revealed their brother yet, or no?
No, they just mentioned him.
Oh, okay.
I think they just mentioned him.
Yeah.
So that's something to look out for. And it's interesting because Kabaneri at first was announced to be 12 episodes, but since then they took it away, and it's like a dash now. So I guess they don't know, like it's not confirmed how many episodes it's going to be, because on Mal at least it was 12 at first, and they took that away, and now there's just a dash. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and then after that, Attack on Titan season 2 was announced to be delayed.
What a surprise there!
I mean, I don't think they expected this. Like, I don't think they expected the series to actually do as good as it did, and then when it did, they were like, "Oh, hold on a second. Maybe we shouldn't just say it's done after this. Maybe we should carry it on." I mean,
no, dude, I'm being honest with you, not to cut you off, but I think they expected this very much. So I'll be honest with you. I still think that. I mean,
don't know.
The
I
money.
think it was more of a filler because they probably thought they would have had to push Attack on Titan back again, so they were just thinking, hey, might as well give them something. So
I read, well, I forgot what it was. It was something from Attack on Titan that one of the creators
used a lot of money toward the animation.
And one of the things that they do with it is that it's slowing down because of the fact that they're still trying to keep play with it to make sure it's always up with the manga. But one thing I noticed with Kabaneri is, yeah, the money, like just Professor just said, the money is clearly in Kabaneri, meaning they knew that this thing was going to be something explosive. They were at least hoping it was. So they're not using it as a filler. They're more so putting it in there to also, not besides buy time for Attack on Titan season 2, but as its own thing. They want this to blow up. They really do. Because then imagine that if it does, it'll be just equivalent of Attack on Titan. People will be talking about Kabaneri in the West and then Attack on Titan.
Yeah, what they have all around in it, like with the music, the cinematography, the animation, just all around, you can tell they're spending like a lot. This ain't no normal budget. It's a lot more than that for sure.
A filler would be like Ajin, for example. Ajin would be considered a filler in the sense of how crappy the CGI was for it.
I mean, I'm not saying it was like a filler, but I don't think they expected it to be like as big as Attack on Titan or bigger than Attack on Titan. Like,
I think they
coming
did
into it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to say I would be surprised if it was 24 or 25 episodes, but I'm still thinking it's probably going to be like 12 or 13 in that range. But I mean, with Attack on Titan season 2 being delayed, I think it could be longer. Maybe they planned to do a season 2, like, or something like a continuation, and like have it like skip a season, then come back in the fall or the winter, for example. But since they learned and since they knew Attack on Titan was being delayed, maybe they're just going to put that onto there, because if they like had more episodes, they would have probably already been working on them, most likely. Wouldn't you say?
I would say right now, I think they're probably going to do a break, like almost what they did with the break of Attack on Titan season 1, where they had the first 12 episodes and a small break, then set, the next 12 episodes. That's probably what they're going to do. I have a feeling of it.
Yeah,
but that's just me.
Yeah,
I hope it's longer.
Definitely see that.
I hope it is longer too, because 24 episodes, 25 episodes of Kabaneri sounds fucking awesome.
That would be pretty sick.
It does for sure.
Yeah. And then we have like all these like Kuro Makuro's 26 episodes, ReZero's 25, Kabaneri would be 24, 25 if that happens. And we've been getting all these 11, 12 episode shows as of late, and it's like, we want some longer stuff, some more longer things.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Can someone say in the chat if my mic is fine now? Because someone said it was low a little while ago. I'm pretty sure just because I wasn't facing the microphone, though.
Yeah, I don't think since then they said anything, so. Because you sound fine on my end.
Anybody want to add something final on Kabaneri?
I think Homer's better than Eren, and I still think Mikasa's better than Mume, to be honest. I like that.
I would say Mume and Ikoma are better than.
Mikasa's such a good character. Like I like Mikasa's character.
I agree with Jester on that. Mikasa.
I like Mume more. Already, honestly.
But I like Mikasa with longer hair. Mikasa, actually, with longer hair. I hate when she cut her hair short. Like, that killed me a little bit. I was like, no, why?
All right, well, rating for Kabaneri as of right now.
10.
9 out of 10.
I'd say 10 out of 10. It's my favorite. It's my favorite of the season.
I'd definitely say like a 9 or a 10. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Next one, we have Netoge no Yoma, or Angie Thought There Is Never a Girl Online. This one's pretty fun. This one's pretty fun. I'm enjoying.
First. All right. I've seen the first episode, but that's it. But when it comes to
way to start,
when it comes to the first episode, though, it seems kind of cool. I mean, how they made the scenario. I mean, it's a real life scenario. People actually do go online and misinterpret what other people are like on the other side of the world. I thought that was kind of funny, and it does like I don't know. I haven't really built upon, or I haven't really seen like the other few episodes on what the world has built upon with that series. But from what I saw in the first episode, the first episode was pretty decent. So I might check it out later.
I like how they show like what's going on in game and then what's going on in real life. Like they kind of balance them out. Like
I like how they like.
I really like that.
When they actually found out the girls were the guys in the show, I like how they switched them. So it's like now you see they're on their avatars. It's actually their girl form. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that.
What I found awesome about this series is the different dimensions it has. Like you see like the 2D sprites of the game. Then there's like scenes where it actually goes into the game, and then you see the scenes outside of the game too. I feel like it brings more depth to the actual.
Series. Did anyone here play MapleStory when it first came out?
No, I've seen my friends.
MapleStory is kind of like Terraria in a sense, really.
Well,
it's kind of the same game.
Yeah, it's not even close, man.
Yeah.
Terraria.
No. They are. I've played both. They're somewhat similar. In terms of the genre of the game.
Terraria is like more of a Minecraft-ish sort of game.
Right.
Yeah, but it's the type of platform that it is. It's like, what would you say they are? It's not really a platform.
Side-scrollers, but the thing is but the thing is with Terraria, you can build things. MapleStory, you can't do that.
I mean, that's like, it's kind of like I wouldn't say it's fully like it, obviously. I'll just say there's aspects that are like it.
Yeah,
but it's like isn't it like a side-scrolling MMO type thing, isn't it?
That's MapleStory.
Yeah.
What was funny, and the reason I brought it up was when I was younger, because I actually was around when it first came out, which is scary as hell. I played it when I was younger, and there were times where you almost kind of you see characters on the screen, but you get so invested, at least when you're a kid, I think, that you almost feel like, what if I was in this world? And that's one thing I love about Netoge. I always said ReZero. I love
ReZero too.
Yeah, exactly. But that's one thing I love about Netoge is that you actually it does so well, like Memory said, that you feel like it switches back and forth, and you feel it like, oh, that's how I would see it.
It's a good balance. Like they don't just focus in the game or just focus in it's pretty well balanced out, I'd say.
You know, one thing that does surprise me about it though is even the transitions between the 2D and then the end game and the out of the game, they actually do it and it flows really well in the actual series.
Good point, man.
Because there was points where they were actually in the game, and then it'll zoom out to him sitting at his computer playing the 2D sprites on the screen.
Yep.
I believe that was in the second episode you actually saw that.
I believe you're right, yeah.
It might have been the third one, but I mean, I'm not caught up. I'm a couple episodes behind, but from what I've seen, it's pretty awesome.
I agree.
You sounded like you were I think it's pretty awesome. Like you were questioning your stance.
I don't know if it really was, but
no. I think it's cool. I mean,
it's just an enjoyable watch. It's
exactly.
You don't have
it's nothing.
The story's the story's not complex or anything. It's just a simple, cute, kind of love story.
Right. Yeah. And my friend
with funny interactions.
I'm like, dude, it's not a harem. Trust me. He thought it was a harem for the cover though, because the cover does look a little like a harem.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Didn't you say the source material is a harem?
I think it's listed. I think it's listed as one.
Would be surprised.
I think it's a light novel adaptation.
Yeah.
By the way, see, hold on a second. Lotus is like, damn, I haven't heard the name MapleStory in 10 years. Clearly why I don't call you a 14-year-old. See? Right there, because that means that you're playing MapleStory when you're 4 years old. My ass. Anyways.
Yeah, but there's not really much to say about, Netoge. because like I said, it's not really like complex or like
zero. It's
Yeah.
it's like it's meant to be simple. Like
Akko's probably like best girl this season though for me.
in terms of
I
like,
mean, it's either her or Mume, I'd say.
yeah. Second bit actually. Oh,
And
well,
Amelia, I'll throw Amelia in there.
I take back what I said first. First is Sonozaki from Kiznaiver. For me at least.
I hate her.
Sonozaki. I love that personality, dude. I'm sorry. I don't know why. It's weird.
Yeah. So
A little bit.
with that said, what would you say for Netoge? Halfway through, 1 to 10.
8 or 7 out of 10. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm in that 8 range.
Yeah.
8,
Same.
8.5.
Same here. I mean, it doesn't have really anything to critically review it, but it's pretty enjoyable, at least on my part.
It is. It is.
Agree.
I agree for sure. All right. So next up, we have one of the probably the most popular, or actually, I don't know. It's probably between this one and Kabaneri for most popular this season so far. Boku no Hero Academia.
Okay.
New episode aired today. New episode aired today.
Yeah, so
And
try
it was
not to
fucking
spoil that.
Yeah.
We won't
I'm just
really
gonna say
touch
it
on
was
that.
fucking sick.
Yeah.
If you watched episode 6, you knew what was gonna happen. Like Deku and Bakugo were going to face each other, but it was really sick how they did it.
It's literally crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. And like I went back in volume 2 of Boku no Hero Academia and watched how everything was handled. And I think I said this on another podcast that like the manga to Boku no Hero didn't really do anything too much for me. It was just kind of meh. It was all right. I enjoyed certain parts, but for the most part, it was just kind of like a meh series. But when the anime came out, like I just been loving it. And what they did in this new episode, like how they handled like the backstory with Bakugo and Izuku, it gave more characterization compared to how in the manga it was handled. Because in the manga, it kind of like just seemed like it was rushed in the sense, but they gave more time and more characterization with the characters with this episode. So I really enjoyed it. I think the anime is doing a lot better job than the manga.
I think Bones is doing a great job with it, and from what I heard, the adaptation is just on point. Like it's like to a T, pretty much.
I like it, but I don't know why. I don't think it's anything else that I'm watching this that's causing this, but it doesn't really like do anything super exciting for me. I don't know. Like it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's very, very good, but I don't feel like bad when I miss an episode of it. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I
feel with ReZero.
I came into
Screw you, Professor.
I came into Boku no Hero not really expecting because what I was hearing from the manga, like these 13 episodes, it's really not going to get into any of the good stuff that you see later on in the manga. So like I wasn't really expecting like something to like blow my mind, but like that Deku and Bakugo fight was like insane. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if you can really call it like a fight. It was more like strategy based, but like
more like a sparring match,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was really enjoyable, and Boku no Hero, I'm loving it through 7 episodes now.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the better ones of the season.
I think I'm 3 episodes behind. Never mind. I take it back.
Yeah, episode 7 came out today.
Yeah, so I'm 3 episodes behind now.
Like, yeah, Deku is like he's pretty much your normal shonen male character, Kind of
yeah,
weak.
I mean, Boku no Hero is a very simple story, but like how the anime is being handled, like it's the execution for the series is really good. So I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, and like Let Me Know said, think of the first season of Boku no Hero as Noragami season 1. That's like a perfect comparison.
By the way, we just lost Professor.
I just saw his thing die.
Yep, I just saw that. We just lost him.
Oh well.
That's a great comparison though from Let Me Know. He said think of the first season of Boku no Hero as Noragami season 1, and then season 2 of Boku no Hero will be like Noragami Arigato. Like that's a perfect example, like a perfect comparison, I'd say.
He just said uh-oh in the chat.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. You don't need to know. We don't need to hear what uh-oh.
We're fine.
Honestly, when I was coming into Boku no Hero, I was kind of iffy about it because it has that huge like manga following, and usually stuff like that kind of go south because kids start complaining and kids start saying stuff. But no, I'd say overall, I mean, it's not as good as what people were saying it was going to be, but I am enjoying it. I would say it's one of the stronger things this season.
Oh, stop overhyping it, Habit. That's disgusting.
All right, why don't you go watch One Piece?
Oh, shit!
I do need to do that.
Wow.
Back it.
If he just left the call and watched One Piece.
What is happening? All right, see you later, guys. I'm out.
Well,
I'm trying to figure out
it
how to
wouldn't have
get
been the
Professor
first
back in here because he's having extra.
just already.
What?
He's trying to call the
one
call
to
again,
get
man.
He's trying. Yeah, he can't join apparently. Like he can't just join, which is weird. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Give me a second.
Seems like a personal problem to me.
There we go.
And a lot of people like hate Bakugo kind of right now because like of how he comes off. But like if you kind of dig deeper into it, like he has a reason, sort of like you can understand why he acts the way he does.
Right.
Like, and they showed that in the newest episode. I'm not gonna say anything,
Yeah.
but like I like him. I really like him. Like now that I learned like and saw like why he acts the way he does in the newest episode, and then just with his quirk and how he fights and all that, I really like Bakugo. He's really badass.
Yeah,
he's probably
I
my
feel like
favorite.
You get
He's
some
probably my favorite
understanding
character.
of like who he is from this newest episode.
Yeah, because he had like all these kids following him, and like that was building his ego.
Yeah, but
It's not his fault. He was like talented as a kid and stuff, and can do all this, you know. Yeah.
By the way, I have like not to get off topic. I am trying to reinvite him over and over again. It's not working. So
Can we remove him from the call and remove him from the actual chat we're in, and add him back?
yeah, I'll try.
I'm trying to call the call.
Dude, it just keeps saying group call. Group call.
I
having
can't do it
technical
because if I do it,
difficulties.
it opens up the Skype chat and then the
Okay,
comment
well, how
section
do
goes
I?
away.
It's just showing the call now. How do I get to the group of?
I'm looking. I don't want to leave conversation. That'd be bad. Yeah, it's not letting me. To be honest with you.
Yeah. We can't call again, dude. What the? Hold on. All right. Is he in here now?
Nope.
Beats me.
I see his mic moving. You see that?
No, because he's not in the
I don't
freaking
see him
chat
in the
for
call,
me.
to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
he's not in the call.
Yeah.
This is what happens occasionally where you have technical
This is what
difficulties.
happens when you use Skype, okay?
Oh, dude,
Yeah. Someone in the chat said get Discord.
Jesus, is that what we're gonna have to use?
we have Discord.
I use Discord every day, but these pricks don't come on it, hey?
Wow. Okay. Well, you know,
Nothing-
listen, man. No need for name
Like
calling. bro.
nobody's even having trouble but him. It's just on his end.
Well,
Yeah.
this happens all. This has been
it
happening
does happen
lately.
all the time.
Like it's been happening lately with Miles. Like he just gets kicked out of Skype calls and stuff.
Yeah. No, it happened. It happened to me the other day, but it wasn't. I got kicked out of it. More so, I couldn't start it. Like I was trying to start it, it wouldn't let me.
I mean, if he just closes out his Skype and open it back up, he should be fine. But
Yeah, close out a. Oh my god.
Well, it's like you have to type it. He's like, he actually hear me.
Yeah.
So what would you say?
All right. So
your,
what would you? Yeah. We're gonna
rating?
go on. We're fine.
Yeah, we have to. We have to keep going. He would want us to go on.
Okay. What would you give? What would you give Boku no Hero as of right now?
8.
I'd say 8.5. Or no, actually, I'd say a 9. I'd say it's on like the level of ReZero in terms of like
After-
my enjoyment for it.
Yeah, after this newest episode, I'd say like a 9. Before that, I'd probably say like an 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I
he's
don't
saying-
have a rating because I've only watched 2 episodes, so
I
yeah.
only watched the first 2 episodes. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, though. So,
All right,
what are we
moving
gonna
on. We have to
What?
scroll up here.
Yeah,
do?
because
Uh,
it's
I got like a
do
million.
you guys
missed
want to
calls.
talk about the group call anime?
I hate that anime. It sucks.
All right, next up we have
Kiznaiver
from Trigger.
Also,
This is my
behind
second
on
favorite
that.
of the season. Second
Your
favorite.
second favorite?
I love Kiznaiver.
I don't know. I like Kiznaiver, like it's enjoyable and like the characters and stuff. but I really like. I don't know at all like what it wants to be or like what it wants to do because. I mean, yeah, you have these Kiznaivers put together under this system to try and like show people that like they're pretty much trying to get world peace. That's the goal.
They're essentially set up to make it so they can make themselves like the world, not just world peace, but so everyone understands one another. Because, and I get the concept.
And then you're not gonna want to hurt anybody else because you'll get
sympathy versus empathy. They want everyone to have both. I think at the same time, because usually people can't have both at the same time. It's one or the other.
Like here's what I think. If these people are seeing this system, unless they put all these people in this freaking area, which is a shit ton of people. If they put all of these people under the system, that's like the only way like there would be world peace. Because if they're just watching this like go down, like this system being put into place for this group of 7 people, it's highly, highly, highly unlikely that everyone's gonna be like, oh, if we hurt each other, we're gonna get hurt. No, it doesn't work like that. So I really don't know.
It's not like they're not gonna spread that same concept around everyone. That's not the point. What they're trying to do though is to see if it can be done, like to have it where something makes people do it, but not. I don't think they're trying to do that to everyone. They're just trying to do it to these group of people to see if that from experiences that they could actually end up becoming like that, and then spread that around. Because the organization that is running the Kiznaiver project. They're trying to do that, but they don't know how to do it. That whole island apparently is made like that, so that's why there are several dozen people on the island that can be Kiznaivers.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I have no idea what it wants to be. It's really just focusing on the characters, honestly.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that though. I'm okay with that.
Yo, what happens if he can't join back in the call?
Dude, I have no idea.
Just the whole podcast without him, man.
I mean, at this point, it's like it would feel weird.
He says you reinstall Skype. He says in the chat.
Okay. It would feel weird to like implement a sort of story now, just because we focused on like characters and their interactions and all that stuff for 6 episodes now.
Well, you can almost say the same thing about Mayoiga, but the only difference is that Kiznaiver is not trying to. It knows what it wants to be. That's the thing about it. Like it knows that it's focusing on the characters more than the story. Right now, but it's doing what I think light novels do, where you're focusing on the characters but throwing in and like peppering in the story in between that. So you have like these little hints and tidbits, like the newest episode today or yesterday, excuse me, I think was it yesterday? I believe it was yesterday.
Saturday, yeah.
Yes. The newest episode for it was showing various things about the characters, and also at the same time showed the organization talking about how they don't want this thing to go public yet. They don't want everyone knowing about the Kiznaiver project. You see Sonozaki dealing with something, et cetera, et cetera. So, on top of the one girl's main issues, you have that going on in the background.
Yeah, and like they did kind of like, I don't know, the newest episode felt kind of weird to me because like they kind of implemented like this like dark sort of backstory, and like, I mean, for 5 episodes, we really just had like comedic interactions between the characters, and then they throw this in, and it just felt kind of weird to me.
Well, I don't know. You know what it is? No, but I think that's kind of cool. I'm not trying to belittle
it. It is needed. It is needed, though. That's for sure.
I think it would almost be kind of irritating if every single person's background story was like a sob fest. Having it where like, oh, this guy's having issues, and this guy's having issues, and so far you have one guy who is afraid of dogs, which is kind of funny, but there's also people like that. You have one guy who's super fat, so he lost weight and then became like a lady's man.
It's not like sob stories, like you said. It's not like ultra depressing.
Right. I wouldn't
it's realistic in that sense, because if you have a group of 7 people, most likely all 7 of them aren't going to have like fucked up like super dark backstory.
Conveniently being in the same class.
Well, that part. Well, again, the island is meant to be though a experiment place. That's why they're probably all in the same class. They did their research. They know that these people are like this.
Yeah, that is true.
What really stood out to me though in the newest episode was Katsuhira, how he like felt the emotional pain, and he said like how it felt like really, he disapproves, and how it felt like really, really bad. So
that was awesome.
I think the newest episode is like a step in the right direction, but still I don't know about this whole like world peace thing and all that, and how it's gonna like come about if they even like accomplish that goal.
I don't think they. I'll be honest with you, I don't think they are.
When they formed it, that was like that was Sonozaki's thing. That's what she was telling them, like world peace. That's what it was. So
I don't think they're gonna form it. I think they're trying to see if they can, and it's not gonna work because I hate to say it, if you made everyone the same mindset in the real world, that would be very strange already to begin with and impossible. But you can't do that because then you lose originality. So it's like the gray blob mentality.
Yeah, I'm still enjoying it. It's just like, I don't know, the story isn't really anything special to me. It's just like kind of enjoyable, and the characters and like their interactions and stuff.
You're completely okay with that, yeah.
Miles said world peace by causing pain. Makes sense.
Oh, jeez, Miles, you know what? Listen, Professor Anime, okay? You know, you and your sass, man, all right?
I mean, so I'm not caught up on Kiznaiver. I'm definitely going to catch up soon, but I really do enjoy the series, and I do have to say, the opening for it is one of the sickest openings, in my opinion. Like, easily probably my #1 favorite. It is sick.
Yeah, you don't see really openings like that usually.
No, it's kind of like...
Oh, he's here.
Hey!
He's back. He's back.
Oh, shit.
Everyone, give it up for him.
I had to reinstall it, man.
Yeah, it's kind of weird and like trippy though. It's like interesting though.
Yeah, the opening's really good. Dude, there's a lot of good openings, and like the music for this season overall has been like really good.
Animal Lovers 99 said it's impossible to connect to everyone. What if you get a heavy masochist or a psychopath connected to you? That's so true. You don't want that. That'd be horrible.
Well, I mean, I feel like this is kind of like a test. I don't feel like it's like thought out very well, I guess.
It's not going to work. That's the bottom line. Like, you could tell already it's not working. It's working in the sense that they understand one another, but again, you wouldn't be able to do that at a bigger scale.
I mean, I'm not caught up, like I said, but the last episode I watched is when they introduced the newest guy or whatever, you know? And
yeah, the M.
He like totally gets off the pain. So I mean, it already shows that like some fucked up shit'll happen if you're with some like weirdo like that or some crazy dude.
Oh my god, he was like, he was like jerking
fell
off
down.
from
He like fell down the stairs. And
he was happy.
And
Katsuhiro jumped off the bridge and landed on the car because he doesn't feel pain, so it didn't even bother him. But then Hisomu just loves pain. Yeah, Hisomu just loves
feel pain now, though.
Yeah, emotional.
He's feeling emotional pain, like he hates it. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, because he's never like felt pain before, really, and now he's like, yeah, like this is what pain feels like.
All right.
So, yeah, I'd say through 6 episodes of Kiznaiver, I'd say like a 7.5 or an 8 for me. I'm in that.
Oh, you're gonna hate my score then. 10 out of 10 for me.
I'm in that range. 7.5.
I'm serious. 10 out of 10.
I mean, mine's not that bad. I just like, I don't know.
I'd say like an 8 or an 8.5 for me.
I can't rate it. I've watched like 2 episodes, so I'm not going to say anything yet until I've watched it.
I'm in that range.
No, because to be honest, I don't even remember what happened. Like, I've only watched the first 2 episodes, and episode 2 came out ages ago, so I can't remember a thing.
Oh, yeah, and one more thing about Kiznaiver that stood out to me in the newest episode. Honoka, or Maki, whatever you want to call her, Nico brought this up. And Nico, out of everyone, brought this up.
That's her name. The little, dang,
yeah. Out of everyone, Nico brought this up. She was like saying, like how if they wouldn't have shared that pain, just imagining how much pain like Maki would have felt without them sharing it. That really
so the pain is divided.
That really stood out to me because I was like, if this pain wasn't like divided among all of them, like just imagine like how like that would have like really fucked her up.
By the way, Boy Scouts once said you people throw around 10s like they're effing hotcakes. Well, listen, I will not give everything on this list a 10. Trust me, I only gave 2 of them a 10.
I don't think I've given a single thing a 10.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
I gave Kabaneri 10, but I think that's all I said.
I said like a 9 or a 10.
Kabaneri is the only thing I'd say is a 10 so far.
Yeah.
Dude, there's nothing wrong.
Toro's second season, but we're not
talking about Kiznaiver and ReZero a 10 out of 10. Like,
I don't think
nothing else.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just your opinion. Who cares if you don't respect someone's opinion, and if you don't respect someone giving out a 10, then I don't know.
Memory.
Don't
Just
see the
remember.
point in never giving something a 10.
Is always right.
Yeah, no.
And people, and you saying like we're throwing out 10s like hotcakes. You're probably the same person who goes by Mal ratings.
Oh my god, Mal.
I mean, he said he gave 2 different series a 10 out of 10 out of 200 things he's watched.
Yeah, he's probably going by Mal ratings. Sorry, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah, that's. I consider Mal to be the worst source.
School days 10 out of 10. Get out of here, mate. That's a minus.
Oh,
10
thank you,
10.
Animal Lover. Thank you.
Minus
School
10
days
out
10
of
out
10.
of 10. Yes, we're agreeing with that. Yes. It is a 10
How
out of
can
10.
you think that's a 10 out of 10?
Because I love that. Dude, we're not going to get to this
Mal,
every freaking podcast, dude. We're not going to get to this every podcast. Every podcast you tell me that
9
same
out
thing.
of 10, great. 8 out of 10, very
Even
good.
if you understand the concept of it,
is there
that is
something
not.
We're not getting into this, man. I don't want to spend
no
like
way.
50 minutes talking about this again. No.
There's a reason it's only 6.24 on
I
Mal.
don't care.
I don't know how you could assume that nothing this year has been a 10 and he's not even watching everything or has watched everything this year.
Yeah, that's very odd mindset, dude. But okay. I think by the way, we should move on to something
Yep.
Yeah.
because we have a little bit left.
So the rest of the shows we have are really ones like.
We'll talk
I don't
about
think-
it real fast.
Yeah. We're just gonna kind of breeze by them because we don't see them as like, significant as the other ones we've talked about. So the first one we have is Big Order, which I haven't watched.
It's the weirdest fucking show I've ever seen in my life.
I haven't-
Anime shit.
I haven't watched the newest episode, but I heard it's pretty fucked up.
Dude, it's
I
super
stopped
fucked
like
up.
at episode 2.
It's a weird show. It's not bad. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not bad at all.
It's
Big
pretty
Order's good,
cliche. It is
but
pretty cliche.
it is weird as shit. It does. I don't think it knows what it wants to be yet fully. Like, it's trying to jump, and that's a problem because it's only 10 episodes. It's halfway done. That's weird.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It's like a mix of like Code Geass and Future Diary in one, but I think it's doing it like really
The first
bad.
episode was amazing. That the rest was
Like
like
you could throw Lelouch into Big Order and it would still be bad.
yeah.
Like, honestly, that's just my opinion. Like, you have a girl who gets pregnant from touching a ribbon on her thing.
Oh, but for the episode, they explain that.
Wait, in the newest episode, they explain it? Okay,
not,
good.
Like, not 100%. Like, they don't explain,
okay.
like, why that happened. They just explain what has happened.
Okay. All right, yeah.
I'll be honest with you, it's
I
stupid.
don't even know if I want to watch the newest episode, though.
Oh, I can
Probably
spoil
not
it right now if you want.
As for Mal ratings, most of them are in the right ballpark. I'm sorry, but I can't agree with that. I'll tell you, 10 is a masterpiece, 9 is great, 8 is very good, 7's good, 6 is fine,
That doesn't
5
make
is
sense.
average.
I mean,
Okay,
if you
so
go
you're
by...
telling me if I go to school and I get a 5 out of 10, is that average? That is a fucking F.
Dude, a 6 is an F.
That means you did okay, Memory. You did okay.
Yeah, no. According to Mal, I go get a 5 out of 10, a 50 out of 100 on a paper or a
Go to
project.
school.
It's
Go to school and
average.
tell your
It
professor
is
that it's-
average. I do not go by Mal ratings. I'm sorry. That's
It's-
just something that really bugs
It's an
me.
accumulative average score.
But no, I'm before even the cumulative part. When you actually rate it, it doesn't make sense on that because if actually Memory went to school right now, got a 50 on his paper and told him, listen, this is fine. According to Mal, it's fine.
Mom,
I'll pass.
this is average.
Is this podcast about Spring Anime Halfway Point or
No,
about?
I wanted to comment on that real quick because I don't go by Mal ratings.
I always agree with you, man. I always do agree with you on that.
My
Okay.
opinion is your personal feeling on it should be a big part of how you rate it, especially because if you're a YouTuber, people look at your opinion.
Bragg.
How can you not? How can you not rate it? Compare it to freaking school grades? What do you mean? That makes
Listen,
it's a perfect comparison
every
because it's
website,
out of 10.
exactly.
It's out of
Every
10.
website is based off of numbers. If they actually are based off numbers, 1 through 10, it's assuming that 1 is, for example, 10, and then 2 is 20, 30. You know, it's out of 100. That's what the concept is. It just shortens it down.
Listen,
so in sense, school.
Like, the way I look at it
I think
is
the comparison is fair. I think
No, it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it.
Mal does not have a single thing that has a perfect score. Go look at any other rating site like what's that one? It's like
Hummingbird.
like DB or some shit
Oh,
like
yeah.
that for
IMDb,
like
yeah.
movies and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
IMDb.
There's 5-star things on there. There's nothing on the entire website of Mal because of their rating system. Kids can just go through and troll ones on everything, and it screws up the entire ranking system. I'm pretty sure that...
Hold on.
Because school grade scale
sure,
change the location, they do not change that much, dude.
I'm pretty sure no matter what grading scale you're on, a 5 out of 10 is bad.
Yeah, guess what? Okay, so
it is not average.
No,
it is,
but there's an old rubric that used to be where a 70 was a failing grade. So that means that even if you're thinking of that way, it's still bad. That means when you're going to 5, it's even worse if that's out of that.
I'm sorry, but like a 5 out of 10 is like the equivalence to saying if you saw a movie that had 2 stars, you would go see it in the movie theater.
Because that's what it is, essentially, yeah. It's double. So it's like actually, if it's 2 stars out of 5, it's a 4 out of 10.
I'm pretty sure, no, I'm just not even gonna get into it. But
all right,
I think we should move on.
All right, big order. It's pretty cliche. I mean, there are some interesting things about it, but for the most part, I'd say it's kind of lacking in most areas.
6 or 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I'm in that range too, like 6, 6.5.
Yeah, that's fair. It's pretty decent. I mean, I'm not caught up, and the way you make it sound, I might not like it when I get caught up, but. We'll see how I feel.
Dude, you gotta see the girl get pregnant from touching a ribbon.
We'll see how I feel, man. We'll see how I feel.
All right, next one we have Twin Star Exorcist, which actually just got it just got recently announced for 50 episodes. I don't know if it's going to be straight on or if it's going to be split up into separate things, but it did get announced for 50 episodes.
I'm guessing split into 225.
Yeah, we'll see. But I mean, so far it's all right. It's kind of like from what I heard from manga, like a lot of manga readers are upset because like they're leaving stuff out, they're adding some stuff. They added that pet, which a lot of people don't really like because that's not in the manga at all.
That weird pet thing with the that follows that girl around all the time.
Yeah,
I hate that thing.
Yeah, I hate it too. It's not in the manga at all. Either,
she's the best ever. She's the best creature. No, what are you talking about? You don't know what she's. Oh my god, the way he talks is so annoying.
Yeah, but I mean, the animation's pretty good. The fight scenes are enjoyable, and like the music and the musical score like put behind it and everything. But really, there's nothing special going on, at least right now, through 7 episodes, 6 episodes.
I'll be honest with the animation and the actual fighting. To me, like the fighting is great. The animation sometimes is good, sometimes like
it's inconsistent.
It hits these really low notes that piss me off. Like I don't know.
I agree.
It's funny.
What happened?
I don't know. The main character looked really annoying to me, so I stopped.
Oh yeah, I think it's the other ones. Yep.
I just want to bring this up really quick. Can we stop having the conversation about it in in the chat about school and ratings and all this shit? Like, in the end of the day, it's your personal opinion. It's like if somebody said, "I like apples," and you said, "No, dude, apples are horrible." That means
green apples are better. Green apples are better.
Yeah.
I like oranges.
I just don't want to have the conversation in the chat or anywhere anymore.
I didn't mean to like degrade anyone, or we didn't mean to do that, or like. No, it's just anything. We're just stating an opinion.
Right, exactly. If you're not ready to hear opinion, dude, that's your problem. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean,
all right.
In the end of the day, you have to look at it this way. There has to be something that's ranked a 10, and there's not. So how do you compare everything else if nothing has a perfect rating or nothing has a 1?
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so Twin Star, what would you say? We kind of breezed over it, but there's really not much to say.
It's kind of average for me.
It's like a 7.
I'm in that 7.5 range right now.
Yeah, I'd say that. I am enjoying it, but I don't think it's like amazing. I'm sure it's gonna get a lot better, especially if it's going in for 50 episodes. So it's understandable why things aren't getting like absolutely insane at this like moment in time.
Yeah, and if you don't want to watch 50 episodes, then just read the manga because supposedly it's like much better.
I'm pretty sure
that's what I
it's
hear
going to
about
be split up anyway, so it's not even going to be like that horrible. It's going to be probably 25-25.
Yeah.
You can probably expect a lot of filler though.
Yeah, a lot of filler. Well, we'll see.
Well, Rising Sun reviews.
Technically, people said that like the stuff that was actually in the manga, like in these past episodes that we have seen, have actually had filler material.
Yeah, Lotus was the one telling me that.
Yeah.
You know, surprisingly enough, Lotus, not too long ago, commented on one of the videos and actually said he's enjoying it again, because wasn't he saying he wasn't liking it from, like, the first couple of episodes?
Episode 3 is when he said he stopped liking it a little bit because of the fact that it was, like, skipping over and putting filler stuff into it and skipping content from the main story.
Yeah.
But he did say they started liking a lot more after that because they started going back to the main story a little bit. I don't know 100% how he feels though, because I'm not watching his videos because I'm so far behind with it. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it like I know what he thinks, but that's what he said on my video. So
all right.
Next one we have the good old Super Negas.
Super Lovers.
Super Lovers.
I think we should just skip that and just say that if you want to know more about how we feel, just watch our
live reactions.
I actually want to have this conversation.
Do you really?
Oh my god!
Why?
No, dude, we've said it a lot, dude. It has no story. It doesn't even make fucking sense. There's more time travel than erased.
If you want to watch a pedo anime, definitely watch Super Lovers.
If you want to see a guy try and take advantage over a little boy who's like freaking the boy is
pedo
like
anime.
Half his age.
You divide the one dude's age by half and you get the one little kid's age. You just freaking
crap for me, man.
And if you want to see a little kid biting an older man on the neck, then I mean, go ahead. It's right up your
ballpark. Watch, like, gay ass Twilight or something.
And if you want to see,
reactions, you don't have to watch the actual video. You just hear us react to it. That's enough.
And if you want to see a dog who has more screen time than the main characters in the opening,
and if you want to see nose disappear too, like if you
and doesn't have.
Yes, let's talk about the animation real quick.
Oh god.
No, there's no.
But in all seriousness, if you want to know what we think about Super Lovers, I think you should go watch our reactions because I've even went over and watched some of them again, and I like laugh my ass off.
Yeah, make sure please don't take it seriously.
Yeah.
There's some crazy fans for that shit, though.
Yeah, dude. Because
like, everyone takes our reaction so seriously and saying, if you're not going to take it seriously, stop reacting to it. Like,
but even if you do take it critically, it's like,
it's still not even good. Like,
I'm scared someone's gonna send me a bomb in the mail or something because I said I didn't like Super Lovers.
You didn't like horror on Ren?
Someone was gonna tell me like, I hope your like whole family dies since you don't like Super Lovers or something.
I don't think anyone's gonna say that, man.
I don't know. Some of the people are pretty cringeworthy.
But yeah, no. Let's just give our score so far for it.
We're all around. We're probably in like the 0 to 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. It's something else, and it just
because it's an anime, I guess.
It just gets more weird and more weird.
The rating's just going down by 1 every single episode that we give it. Like, my last rating was -1, and then before that was 0.
It
then
literally
it was 1.
just gets more creepy, like, with each coming episode.
Yep.
Yeah, the newest episode was probably the worst one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last
-1 out of 10.
Like,
it might be the worst show.
No, I thought it was -2.
Was it -2?
Yeah, you had a -2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then last episode was -1 then.
By the time we get to the last episode, it's going to be a straight up hentai.
Dude, please don't, because we have to watch that shit. Please, don't say that.
Secretly, I'll say it.
Yeah.
No, secretly, I want to shoot myself if I have to watch that show anymore.
Really brief. Go watch our reactions for it if you guys want to.
Yep.
Next one we have Bungo Stray Dogs, which I think me and Miles are the only ones watching.
Yeah. They watch like
I think
2
first episode.
episodes, something like that.
Yeah, I'm not caught up.
Yeah,
I want to catch up because it was getting good where I left out. I think it was at episode 3 or 4 or something like that.
Everyone's for the debate. I only had the first episode done. That was it.
There's a few problems with the series that are sort of prevalent throughout the series, but I'm still enjoying it for what it is. So those are my 2 cents on that.
Yeah, I mean, it does have this sort of episodic kind of feel right now because it's kind of like focusing a bit on like, as of lately, like we focused on Rampo in episode 5, and then we focused on what's his name, Kunakita in the newest one.
Actually,
I still want to dive more into the other detectives because we really haven't got more from them. We've really just got it from like our main group. I'd say like our main group is Daizai, Kunakita, and Atsushi. That's really like our trio right now. We really haven't, like Kunakita we focused on, but we really haven't got much from the other detectives, so I do want to learn more about them. We do have a second season of Bungo already announced, and I think from what I've been hearing, it does shy away from the episodic nature, like going forward, and like Akutagawa gets like more involved because I love him as an antagonist.
Yeah,
I love him as an antagonist in like the Port Mafia, even though they had like, what was it, the Black Lizard or whatever? That was absolute shit. Yeah. There are some people like in the Port Mafia that I feel are even stronger than Akutagawa. So
yeah, like for this series, Bungo Stray Dogs, like well, let me first talk about the episode. The newest episode that we saw with Kunakita, apparently that wasn't specifically in the manga, but it was.
Oh, really?
It was in the light. It was in the light novel, so it was still canon. Okay. So that's why they wanted to give more characterization toward Kunakita's character, because I guess he's going to be a lot more prevalent, down the line of the series. And I thought that was handled pretty well. But when it comes to the series as a whole, I kind of like it because it reminds me of Noragami in the sense on how it like.
That's what I. Okay. That's what I compared it to. Like, how like especially with the comedy and stuff like as well, and how it's like. The first season is like, it builds up the characters and the world and gets you acquainted with them, and then the second season, once that comes, it's going to get a lot darker. I think that's exactly what we'll see from Bungo. It's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be as good as Noragami because I love the fuck out of Noragami, but like I definitely think with Bungo, like the first season is like you said, Miles, is going to like build up characters, build up like what's going on, our detective agency, and then we're going to move into the second season and shit's going to get serious. So
it's going to get real.
Bungo though, I'd say like an 8 out of 10, an 8 out of 10 so far. 7.5, 8 out of 10. It's not bad.
I'm not gonna review when I've only seen one episode.
7, 8. Yeah, I'm around there. Yeah.
I'd say like a 6 or a 7. I just put it on hold. I'm actually gonna probably come back to it. It's just I have so much stuff going on right now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, and what was I gonna say? Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind.
No.
Oh yeah, I said 8 out of 10. I said 7.5, 8 out of 10. I was gonna ask what about you, but I
said
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I said
you,
I'm not
Miles.
gonna rate it because.
Me? Oh, I said 7.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. My fault.
7 or 8.
Yeah. Okay. Next one we have, I think, Joker Game.
Joker Game.
Which the newest episode of Joker Game was actually really sick. Even though they're still on that like. Yeah, they're still focusing on like each of the D agency members and stuff like that, but you can tell the narrative's starting to kind of come in with the like, especially with the newest episode, which I think was probably, if not the strongest, like one of the strongest episodes so far. Especially how like the kids were involved in the newest episode with solving the case. Like I really like that.
Case closed.
Yeah, episodic isn't a bad thing. Like everyone's making it out to be really bad thing for Joker Game, but I'm honestly really enjoying it.
Yeah, I think Joker Game's done the episodic thing kind of like it hasn't been like bad.
It
like,
has. I mean, once it was getting into
I'm more of a fan. Yeah, I'm more of a fan of the episodic nature of Joker Game than Bungo.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when it was going episodic, we were like 3 episodes into the episodic stuff, and I still saw people complaining. I was like, just shut up, man. Like, it's going down this episodic route. If you don't like it, stop watching it, because 3 episodes already, it's episodic. Just stop watching it if you don't like it. Like, honestly.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know why people hate. I don't know why people like will say they hate something so much, and I'm like, well, then why are you watching it though? Oh, I want to watch, dude. Just stop watching it. I've dropped stuff that I really utterly hate. You know, if I have to utterly hate it to drop it, but I won't. You know, I'm not going to stand there and tell someone it's horrible when everyone seems to be the consensus of it they liking it.
Yeah,
it's weird.
For me, I think Joker Game's one of the best this season for me because I'm really enjoying the setting, and it's obvious. It's like that with Ushio and what was the other one, ReZero or Kabaneri, whatever it was. Make me watch it like as soon as they come out every week. I enjoy what Joker Game's doing. I enjoy the setting because the date that it's set in is just awesome to me. I like all the spies that we've seen so far and what they've had to do. It's just a really enjoyable series for me.
I like Joker Game setting as well. It was just like I really have to watch the next 2 episodes because I'm like 2 episodes behind. I think episode 5 and 6 I haven't seen. From what I've seen of Joker Game, I still enjoy it. It's just the narrative kind of threw me off after episode 2 because it was like they were building the Joker game and whatnot. But then it went to the episodic route and it kind of switched the narrative around compared to what they did in the previous 2 episodes. And I was just kind of like, what? So I don't know. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I still need to check out the next 2 episodes, but
if you're enjoying it, the latest episode you'll really enjoy because it's so good. I love the latest episode. Check it out.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. To Animal Lover 99, I don't say skip Darker Than Black because that's what they're talking about in the chat right now. I don't say skip it, but it's the thing is that it's completely different from the first season. Like, it doesn't even really focus on the main character. Hey, it focuses on a more so from another perspective of another person. It just to me was horrible, but that's just me.
Okay,
I'm sorry. Yeah, I just want to point that out. I didn't want to type it in. It takes too long.
Yeah, Joker Game's pretty average for me. I mean, I think it's on the right track though, especially with the newest episode. I think like I said, more of the narratives coming in. At least I kind of can. That's what I'm kind of getting from it.
I'd give it a 8 or 9.
Especially how they're tying in. Especially how they tied in at the end of the newest episode. What's his name? The leader of the agency. I always forget his name. Yeah, but they kind of tied that in. So I don't know if they're gonna continue focusing on each of our members of the agency or if what. But I've still been enjoying the episodes for the most part. They've been I like the setting.
Kind of lagged for a second there.
At least.
Did it? Here's a question: Did anyone else have the supreme lag?
Did anybody hear that? I
don't know if anybody lagged for a second. So.
Froze for 30 seconds long.
Did you guys hear what I said?
No.
Not really.
Not really.
Oh, I said pretty much I like the setting and it's been pretty intense as of late, and they're tying in the stuff with the leader of the agency, and I said I would give it a 7.5 or an 8 as of right now, Bungo.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9 or 8 for me. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's not really my thing, I guess, but the concept is cool and stuff like that. But
yeah, I love the setting. The setting is what is it, 1930s Japan and
World War II.
Yeah, that is awesome. Yeah,
I mean, I won't pretend like it's not a good series. It's just not really my type of thing,
Yeah, your thing, yeah.
All right, so moving
on. Next one we have Sakamoto himself.
Sakamoto.
I have only seen the opening, the actual opening, because it's so famous.
I've never seen anything of it.
It is so fucking funny.
I love Sakamoto.
There's not much to say.
I don't even know what it
there's
is.
Not much to say.
I saw the first episode. I saw the first episode. I thought it was okay, but then I kind of put it off because I didn't really think I would, get into the series. But then I was just one day I was like, you know what, let's just go ahead and watch, the rest of the series from, the episodes that have come out. So I watched pretty much all of it got caught up, and I freaking died laughing. Like pretty much
dude,
all the
is,
events. So
the only thing I've seen of Sakamoto is when like his chair gets pulled away and he's just sitting in midair.
Yeah,
Like, that's the only thing. I've just seen countless GIFs on Twitter of that. Like that's the only thing I've seen of it. So
that made me want to watch the show. Though,
and also once that person that does the impressions had done that impression of the like person doing the limbo and stuff like that. He done one of Sakamoto or whatever, where he's like sitting in a I don't even know what the frick it was called. What they called, like the dryer things or washing machine. That's it. He was like sitting inside the washing machine, and he was trying to force himself in the washing machine. I was like, what the frick is this series?
You know what? I think
looks interesting though.
I think the future GIF that we are going to see on Twitter and pretty much any other social media is probably the one where he is putting down the salt. You know?
Yeah, Yeah, that was my thumbnail for one of my reactions, and I already saw like GIFs on Twitter and everything.
It's
it was like
you feeling salty.
It was like, you feeling salty? Here, I'll leave you with this, and it just has Sakamoto turning the salt shaker.
Yeah,
putting down the salt. Putting down the salt.
All right. And then finally, we have one more left. That's it.
Last one.
100.
The best show of the spring.
Shut
better
the hell
than
up,
Gurren
man.
Lagann.
Shut the hell up. No, it is
God.
100. It's terrible. I want to talk about just because it's so bad.
First off, I want to say, yes, I did pick 100 back up somehow, some way.
I give you credit. I'm caught up to it.
Did. But I picked it back up, and it's still bad. But I'm still watching somehow.
Everything about that show sucks.
I'm still watching it somehow.
The only thing I like about 100, I'm being honest with you, the only thing I like is that at least the main character is not as bad as was it Isuka from Infiltrados?
Yeah.
He's not as bad as that. He's at least a little bit smarter. That's about it.
Ichika,
thank you. Ichika.
Yeah, he's not as bad as Ichika, but he's almost there.
He's still bad, yeah. He's still bad. That show is right now for me a 4 out of 10.
I don't think I could even watch it because everyone says it's like almost like a pure copy of Infinite Stratus.
It is a pure copy of it. Like you could actually watch Infinite Stratus at the same time as watching 100, and you'd be like, "Oh shit!" They're like verbatim.
Like
there's only slight differences here and there.
So it's like a bad version, and it's a copy. Like
everything. Yep.
So I mean,
you won't like it. You will not like it. Habit.
I mean, even it being a copy is pretty bad because you're like, hey, I've watched a better version of this, and then it's like a lot worse too. So
yeah, like if it's Stratos, like I don't dislike it for Stratos. If it's Stratos, he's the one that's actually decent, except for like the main character because he's an idiot. But this show is just really bad. I can't wait to review it just to tear it a new asshole and be honest with you. Like there's nothing I like about the show. I'm watching it because I'm just watching at this point. I want to see maybe there's something that'll be better. I'm praying there'll be something better, but no.
I guess I'm just like, it's like a guilty pleasure, I guess. I don't know.
Dude, guilty pleasure means that you like it to a point, though. Like, this is, I don't know if I like it. I dislike it. I'm watching it. Yes.
I mean, the fights are not that bad.
The fights aren't bad.
Memory picked it back up because he was crying in the corner that he didn't have a harem to watch this.
Damn.
So I have got
other than that, you were like sitting in the corner like really craving it.
That girl that's also in there is called Amelia, also like similar like ReZero. It's Amelia, I think, but she's awesome.
Gakusen hasn't really felt like a harem the second season, at least.
I know. I can't believe that, man. I still.
The only reason why Memory picked it back up is because he keeps getting bullied.
No.
No. Yeah, he keeps getting the block stain for saying it's bad.
Yeah, he got blocked. So he's
losing subs.
Every sub's like, bring it back 100. We want to see 100. We need it.
How dare you say that, Memory? I'm blocking you.
No, you know what I'm going to do? I'll bring back 100 reactions on my channel, but then I'll also satisfy those people who want me to include audio, and I'll just blast it in their ears.
It's so loud you can't hear anything.
I'll turn up the levels on the audio all the way. You won't even be able to hear my voice. It'll just be like all sketchy and shit.
You can just do a reaction to it, and then right at the end, you just bash your computer screen. You just take a baseball bat and start whacking your computer screen with it.
This is what I think of 100. Oh god, yep. Oh, but that's it. We went through all the ones that I think are important.
Yeah, that's the ones we really wanted to cover. There of course are
like
a lot of other shows that's out. Yeah, like Tanaka, Flying Witch. There's like that high school fleet one.
Bear.
Bakuman, Kumamiko. Yeah, there's a bunch, but we feel these are the ones kind of we wanted to talk about. So, yeah, that is about it. I want to thank you all. We want to thank you all, I should say, for coming out and watching this.
Oh, actually, hold on. You know
this season's been pretty good so far.
I was gonna say, you should maybe end it with like, what do we think? Do we think it's better than last season?
Yeah, it hasn't been bad at all. Yeah, it's better than at this point.
It's better than last season. I agree with you.
It's better than last season.
If you compare the halfway point from this season to the halfway point from last season, I definitely say this is better, a lot better.
I think I'm the only person who actually liked last season better because I had things that I liked a lot more.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Nothing this
You just
season
had
I like
Snow
as
White,
much
man.
as Akagami no Shirayukiheim or Grimgar.
I still have yet to watch that. Not Grimgar. I've seen Grimgar. I'm talking about the other one, Shirayukiheim.
Yeah.
Yet to watch it.
I like both of those, like, pretty much better than anything that's playing this season.
Yeah, the Anime Fan, we talked about Hero Academia. We like it.
But I'm excited for next season. That's the season that's actually
The summer should be like
year.
godlike.
Yeah.
Food Wars Season 2, let's go!
Can't wait,
Berserk.
Literally,
Berserk.
everything is on, like, next season.
At cheerleading anime.
What?
Shut up.
There's a cheerleading anime that's coming out.
Oh, there's the football one or the soccer one, should we say as well?
Isn't there, like, a scuba diving one or something, too?
Yeah, there's a scuba diving one.
I've never seen
Memory's going to be
a
watching
lot of fan
sports
services
anime.
in that series, I'm telling you.
What, is scuba
Yeah, it's by
diving?
JC's staff, too.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Alright. Let's
All right. So that about does it. Let us know, for those people who couldn't make the live stream, if you're watching this, just make sure you comment down below your thoughts on the season, what we talked about and all that. Once again, thank you all for coming out and hanging out with us, talking about the season and all that stuff. And make sure you look out for our final impressions, final thoughts on the season, because we will be doing that. Also, make sure to subscribe. Follow us on Twitter for updates, because we do these podcasts weekly, and I'd say we're a pretty entertaining group of guys.
Yeah,
I guess so.
That's all a matter of opinion, but I'd say we are.
Well, I think a few people that were in the chat before that got pissed off at us for the scoring system, quote unquote, they probably don't think we're cool anymore, but that's okay. Everyone else
Fuck you guys.
All right. We'll see you all. We'll see you all in our next video. Adios.
Adios.